The Bear Essentials podcast gives older bears a place to gather for real talk regarding topics and issues that they can relate to. Here at The Bear Essentials, we aren't just having conversations. We are looking to provide actionable intelligence through real-life experience and expertise of our guests. Our mission is to build a strong community that elevates and motivates people to go beyond their limiting beliefs by helping them realize that getting older is not an excuse to hibernate on their goals, but a reason to work harder.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Charles Wallace. If I were to ask you what is the leading cause of death, I'm sure some of the answers I would get would be heart disease, cancer, and you wouldn't be wrong. Those are definitely big causes of death, not just in this country, but around the world. I would argue, though, that there may be a bigger cause of death, and it's something that most people wouldn't even consider. And that's comfort. You might say, what do you mean? Comfort is a good thing. Yes and no. Comfort definitely feels good, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Trust me, too much comfort is a bad thing. And too much comfort is slowly killing people every day. And we need to start understanding that the easy way out, being comfortable, isn't always what's best for us. We need to start looking to do things that are harder, things that will push us, things that will make us better. Now, again, comfort, it's natural. We as human beings, we want comfortable things. I get that. Unfortunately, though, that is translated into people, not all people, but a lot of people want the easy thing. And I myself was guilty of this. And I am happy to say now I do push myself to do things that are harder. And I look to take better care of myself. I don't always look to be comfortable. I look now a lot of times to be more uncomfortable because I know that that's good for me. And it's definitely good for you also. Now, for me, I will say that based on my journey, I survived my comfort. Thankfully, I turned it around before it got too late. And I hope that people start to consider this and take it serious. Each day, the more comfort you have, I will tell you it's probably having a negative impact on your physical and mental well-being, and you need to change it. We hear a lot of times, a lot of sayings, and people love to say, catchy slogans like, break out of your comfort zone. Don't be a prisoner of your comfort zone. Yes, that's all well and good, and the sentiment is good, but how do you do it? I'll tell you this. First, you have to be willing to do it. You need to have a willingness to want to do things that may suck for most people, a willingness to do things that are hard, a willingness to push yourself, and a mindset to help push you into doing things that are difficult and that will make you better. And you need motivation for that. Now, when it comes to motivation, there is a lot of good motivation out there as far as, motivational speakers like Tony Robbins, David Goggins, maybe Jocko Willing, people like that. I enjoy listening to those people, and I do get motivation from them. But what I will tell you is, if you depend on someone else for your motivation, basically you are outsourcing your motivation. And eventually it won't be enough, or you won't find it, or you'll find a reason to not do the hard thing. You won't have the motivation to do the hard thing. You'll continue to do the easy thing. So instead of outsourcing your motivation, look for your why. Who is that person in this world, in this life, that is so important to you? They will allow you to forego comfort. You will go through pain. You'll go through suffering. You will go through whatever it takes to ensure that you will be able to take care of your family, your wife, your children. You need to find your why. When you find your why will always be there. And then it makes things like getting up right away out of bed without hitting the snooze button to go do a workout. It becomes a little easier because as you go to hit that snooze button, you see your why. You know that you have to do that so that you can be around because those people need you. They need the best version of you. And I think we get it confused. Just being here for your family, for the people you care about, it's not enough. And you may not like to hear that, but it's not. For me, 3 years ago, that version of me, yes, I was here for my family. I wasn't any good to them. I wasn't any good to myself. And I'm telling you, that sucks. It sucks to think back knowing that even having a wife and 4 kids, I still chose to do things that were easy because it made me feel comfortable. At the end of the day, I was killing myself. I was eating myself to death. I was lying in bed, wondering if I would wake up. And then when I would wake up, it gave me the okay to continue this self-destructive behavior. Now, I am ashamed to say that I did that. Eventually, though, I realized that that was no one's fault but my own. And I did. I had to forgive myself for it because dwelling on it did no good for me or for my family. And I had to change. I had to realize that that's my why. My wife and my kids, that's my why. That is why I now choose to do uncomfortable things, why I choose to work hard when it comes to my fitness. It's why I choose to not take the easy way out when it comes to my diet, my food choices. You know, it's easy to order a pizza or stop at a fast food restaurant. It's not as easy to stop at the supermarket, buy some healthy food, come home, cook the food, and then eat it. Now, listen, sometimes I'll say this, it may not taste as good either, but at the end of the day, I'm a better person for it. I'm better for myself. Ultimately, I'm better for the people around me. And I'm asking you all to please, if you're at a point in your life where you are almost there at your rock bottom, people have been there and there's hope and you can come back from it. But don't outsource your motivation. Find your why. Your why will drive you. Your why will help you get from this point you're at now, where you feel hopeless, where you feel like shit, to where you will be a person that you can look in the mirror and be proud of yourself, but you can also know that the people around you are proud of you and they appreciate the effort that you're putting in. I feel really strongly about this because I was there. I went through it. And I've said this before, I'm not some self-help guru. I'm a guy with a family, with a job, and I'm just trying to help get information out there and maybe motivate and inspire some people. At the very least, I'm trying to help motivate you to the point where you find your why, so you don't need someone like me constantly telling you you need to do harder things and you need to do things to make yourself better. Now, I'll still look to people to gain some extra motivation. We can all use a push. I get that. But ultimately, it comes down to my why. It comes down to those people in my life that I need to be the best version of myself in order to be around for them and to help provide the best life possible for them. And if you start to think that way, switch your mindset, start to understand that comfort isn't the best option. Your comfort zone isn't what you think it is. Your comfort zone, ultimately, if you don't break out of it and you don't start to change, your comfort zone will become your coffin. Don't let it happen. Again, embrace things that suck. Do things that are difficult and be proud of it. Change your mindset. Build your mindset to a point that it will allow you to continue to try harder things, and the level of difficulty will increase. Ultimately, that will help you get through whatever is going on in your life. It will help you get from one place that you're at to the place that you want to be. Small steps along the way, but those steps add up. And eventually you're on the other side. And now you're looking back at your comfort zone, that person you were. And now make sure that person you were is the person that motivates you to be the person you are. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Take care.
This has been the Bear Essentials. Thanks for listening. And remember, never hibernate on your goals.